Hello everybody, and today is 3/14. Happy Pi Day to everyone. And welcome to Enjoy the Movies, where I, Nam, put in my 2 cents about movies. So let's see. This past week I watched a bunch of good movies. I can't say they were all great, but the three that I'm going to review right now, I would probably say I recommend highly to some extent. Depends on who you are. But anyway, a couple of these movies I actually want to go into deep in-depth discussion with them. So let's just start. One of them is called Southland Tales. The next one I want to talk about is Revolver, and the last one I want to talk about is Vantage Point. Now, Southland Tales and Revolver come out on DVD next week. So anyway, Southland Tales. This was made by the creator of Donnie Darko. His name is Richard Kelly, and it is a weird movie. Now, the reason why I say weird is it's one of those movies where you definitely have to pay attention and watch, and if you're not witty enough to understand, you might have to watch it a second time, which I had to do. So me and the roommates grabbed it a second night in a row. So basically we can, or maybe we did it 2 nights in a row. But anyway, so we watched it a couple times. Second time we got a lot more out of it. It's an obscenely long movie. It's like 2 hours and 24 minutes, and it is ridiculous what happens in this movie. Now, let me just give you the rough plot, and then we'll talk about people, because oh my god, everybody is in this movie. So, alright, basically the rough plot, it's kind of like an alternate universe plot, where, I don't know, a couple years ago in 2006, there was like a World War III because nukes went off, and now there's like endless war in, the Middle East, and, the societal structure of the United States is going to fall into anarchy because of stuff going down. So the Republican Party is vying for control of California because they haven't taken California since like 1988 or something. And so, to some extent it follows some true storyline, but then it dives off. And then the movie actually takes place in around June of 2008. Where the predicted end of the world was going to be. I'm not sure if it was like end of the world or end of like the United States world or whatever, but I want to say maybe grand scale world. So that's basically the setup and the premise. I want to say that there's a lot of celebrities in this movie, and I didn't even hear about it until I saw the cover, and I decided to rent it because everybody was in it. So first couple of big name people that you'll see. Dwayne Johnson, also known as The Rock. First of all, I want to mention that in this movie he's not credited as The Rock. He's only credited as Dwayne Johnson. And I think what that says to me is that he's actually trying to make a name for himself as an actor. So I think that does a very good job of, portraying him in this role where, this movie's advertised as like an action movie. I don't actually feel it's that much of an action movie, more of a thriller suspense drama. And Dwayne Johnson, he doesn't actually do too many crazy stunts in this movie, so it's pretty much he's doing a dramatic role, and I think it does a good job. And some of the facial expressions on his face are great. Alright, next, Seann William Scott. Now, if you guys don't know who he is, he played Stifler in all of the American Pie movies, and he also teamed up with The Rock in a prior movie called The Rundown, which was also a very good movie, action comedy, kind of cheesy, but it's very funny. Anyway, so we're not talking about that one. Seann William Scott also does a good job. He plays this cop inside this movie, and as you learn more, he's got a twin brother, stuff goes down. Anyway, so won't give away any more about that, but it's very intricate how this entire story kind of maps together and just affixes itself with a lot of deep detail, and they refer back to things, and it's very good. But if you don't like the thinking kind of movies, definitely not worth it. If you didn't like Donnie Darko, definitely don't watch this. What else? Sarah Michelle Gellar. I haven't really seen her in a movie for a while. I know she did a couple. They were like smaller or like supposedly terribly cheesy, so we won't go into that. But this was a good role, and I liked it. So, Mandy Moore. Believe it or not, I actually liked Mandy Moore in this role. Now, there are not too many roles that I like Mandy Moore in because I don't know if I've mentioned before, but she kind of pretty much does the cookie cutter, her kind of role. But this one, she does a good job because I think she extends herself to a different realm of what she's usually typecast as. So, definitely like that. Justin Timberlake. Now, I don't know if I've ever said before, but I feel like I don't really like the guy as a guy, but honestly, I feel that he has the potential to become a good actor. Now, in roles before where I've seen him act, it wasn't quite his cup of joe, but I saw some kind of, glimmer of some acting in there. So definitely like Justin Timberlake in the role that he did in here. He mostly played a narrator, which was a character in the movie, and they kind of tie that in very well because they mentioned him a couple times, and he does have some interaction with some of the other characters. So definitely liked his role in this movie. Now, for the most part, I actually don't. I didn't not like anybody's role in this movie. There are a couple other cameos, like Kevin Smith. He showed up a couple times. He's got a lot of makeup on, but that's okay. Ooh. Yeah, there's Eli Roth. He shows up in it, just briefly. But there's Amy Poehler and yeah, so many people in this movie. I couldn't even remember them all. Like, I need to look at this list. There's so many people. But needless to say, it's a very good movie. Will make you think. Might even have to watch it again. You might not even understand it the way through. So alternate universe history, kind of sci-fi, slight sci-fi, just, a tad in the future, not too far. So, none of the technology is mad crazy. But if you've seen anything like Donnie Darko and the wormhole thing, there's a little bit of more, classical sci-fi towards the end as you understand what's going down. But, very good movie, definitely recommend Southland Tales. So, anyway.